House Bill 2266 aims to repeal a little-known provision of Texas law known as SB 4, otherwise known as the Show Me Your Papers, Please bill, that provides that local governments and law enforcement agencies do the work of federal immigration officers. Local law enforcement officials work tirelessly. They keep our communities safe, and they help build trust within communities, regardless of immigration status. That is their main job, to keep us safe. SB 4 and other bills like it have caused harm to that trust built between communities and local law enforcement. And anybody in law enforcement will tell you that trust is critical to cooperation for reporting crimes and solving crimes. For example, the Houston Police Chief, Art Acevedo, found that while there has been an increase of non-Hispanic victims reporting crimes since 2016, the number of Latinos individuals reporting crimes has decreased 13% during the same period. It's a spread of about 25%. In the U.S., approximately 20% of police officers reported a reduction in immigrant crime victims' willingness to provide information to officers, make reports, and or participate in interviews. And crimes involving immigrant victims, such as family violence, are reported to be more difficult to detect, investigate, and prosecute in 2017 compared to 2016 due to underreporting. And that is from the Immigrant Women's Advocacy Project at American University of Washington College of Law. Furthermore, mothers without legal status have reportedly been less willing to talk with their to walk with their children to school or take them for doctor visits as they worry they could be detained while performing otherwise routine care practices. In 2017, an undocumented woman was arrested after she went to the El Paso County Courthouse to seek a protective order against her abusive boyfriend. This arrest deterred 3 other women from applying for protective orders because they were afraid of being detained at the courthouse by immigration agents. You recall, members, that there were amendments to exempt courthouses from SB 4, and those failed on the House floor. At the time SB 4 passed the legislature, there was no evidence that law enforcement were not complying with immigration detainer requests. In fact, a study that the Mexican American Legislative Caucus did using ICE data showed the ICE detainer requests were complied with 99.78% of the time. The associated costs for honoring immigration detainers, interestingly enough, in county jails added up to more than $60 million in 2015, according to a report from the Texas Commission on Jail Standards. By forcing police officers into becoming de facto immigration agents, the provisions of SB 4 are threatening to create an underclass of people who cannot turn to local police officers for help. It undermines community policing efforts, and candidly, it makes us all less safe. We have testimony here who can attest to the impact that this has had on the entire state of Texas. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and members of the committee for hearing this bill, and I would ask that you kindly recognize me to close when the time comes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Any questions for the chairman? I see none. I'll pull you back up to close. Thank you.